G'day Beaks and Beaks to Bee. Are you curious about learning more about beekeeping?
I have been a beekeeper for over 55 years and rearing queen bees since the 1980s.
When I met Alan through my local beekeeping club, I knew nothing about bees.
This is a hive where the queen has moved or has slipped across the top of the excluder and up into the honey super. So now you've got the problem of checking every frame trying to find the queen. It's a very, very strong hive and it's very, very hard to try and find the queen. You've got to look at every frame and virtually shake off all the bees so that you can try and find her. This is another 9 frames that I've taken out of the super, shaken all the bees out on the ground, and we're still looking for the queen. This is the top super that I'm going to blow the bees out shortly. There's a possibility the queen may be up in there, but we'll just have to check and see. The bottom super, they've just used that as a highway to get across. There was no brood in there. I put 4 new frames of stickies in there, and put a couple of the seal brood from the upper super, seal brood that I've shaken the bees off, so to try and find the queen. It's a labour intensive job trying to find the queen and replace it back in the bottom super. I've checked the excluder and I can't see any loose wires or any bent wires, so I'll just have to check and see. The trail of bees that are all walking back to the hive that I've shaken off trying to find the queen, which I haven't found the queen as yet. This is a good indication that the queen is in the bottom super. Very, very strong, productive hive of bees. After considerable time without finding the queen, I came back 5 days later and she was in the bottom brood box, and the hive was back to its original state before the queen got above the queen excluder.